How to overcome pre-sex anxiety and deepen your intimate life. What is pre-sex anxiety and why it impacts your intimate life? If you've ever felt a wave of nervousness, tension, or even dread before sex, you're not alone. Pre-sex anxiety is a common experience, and it can quietly sabotage even the most loving relationships. It manifests not only in the mind through racing thoughts, fear of rejection, or fear of not performing, but also in the body with symptoms like shallow breathing, nausea, or difficulty staying present. Pre-sex anxiety can be particularly intense for individuals exploring new relationships, navigating sexual healing after trauma, or even reconnecting with a long-term partner after a period of emotional or physical distance. The good news? This kind of anxiety is not a life sentence. It's a signal, your nervous system's way of asking for care, support, and attention. What causes anxiety before sex? Understanding the roots. Sexual anxiety rarely appears out of nowhere. For most people, it stems from a combination of life experience, social conditioning, and internalized fears. Understanding the causes can empower you to take compassionate, targeted action. Past sexual trauma or negative experiences. If you've ever experienced unwanted touch, abuse, or emotionally unsafe intimacy, your body may still hold that story. Even if you've intellectually moved on, your nervous system may still anticipate danger in moments of vulnerability. Fear of inadequacy or performance pressure. So many people have absorbed cultural myths that sex is about impressing or satisfying someone else. This leads to an anxious focus on doing it right rather than enjoying connection, sensation, or pleasure. Insecurity about your body. Worrying about how you look naked, how you smell, or how you move during intimacy is one of the biggest blocks to sexual ease. These insecurities are especially strong in a culture obsessed with unrealistic beauty standards. Lack of sexual experience or education. If you were never taught that pleasure is a right, that consent is ongoing, or that sex can be playful instead of perfect, it's natural to feel lost or anxious about how to begin. Check out my Divine Union Couples course, which is great for individuals wanting to learn more relationship skills too. If you want to learn intimacy practices that'll bring you and your partner into deeper connection and pleasure. Emotional intimacy issues. Pre-sex anxiety often isn't about sex itself, but about the fear of emotional vulnerability. If being seen, touched, or desired feels unsafe or foreign, it can be hard to relax. How to communicate about pre-sex anxiety without shame. Open communication is one of the most powerful tools you can use to navigate and overcome pre-sex anxiety. It may feel awkward at first, especially if you're used to hiding your fears or pretending everything is okay. But naming your truth is the first step to transforming it. Tell your partner how you feel, even if it's simply, I get nervous before sex and I'm not always sure why. Vulnerability builds trust. Often, just being witnessed and accepted can start to melt the fear. You don't need a solution in that moment. You just need a safe space to be real. Sex coaching clients often find that once they say the scary thing out loud, the anxiety shrinks. Your partner doesn't need to fix it. They just need to meet you with kindness. Mindfulness tools to calm pre-sex anxiety in the moment. Practicing mindfulness helps you get out of your head and into your body. When anxiety arises before sex, it's usually because you're projecting into the future, worrying about what might happen. Try these calming techniques: 5-5-5 breathing, inhale for 5 seconds, hold for 5, exhale for 5. Do this for 2 minutes before intimacy. Body scanning. Lie down and bring awareness to each part of your body, relaxing as you go. Affection without agenda. Spend time cuddling, massaging, or kissing without pressure to escalate to sex. These practices build what therapists call window of tolerance, the capacity to stay grounded even when vulnerable. Over time, you'll begin to associate intimacy with calmness instead of stress. It's also really helpful to know how men and women differ when it comes to bonding and the biological chemical reactions behind it all. Check out my article on the difference between male and female bonding to enlighten yourself more. Healing body image and reclaiming confidence. Sex is deeply embodied. If you don't feel safe or proud in your body, it can be difficult to share it with another person. One of the most effective ways to reduce pre-sex anxiety is to repair your relationship with your body. Start by recognizing that your body deserves pleasure, not because it looks a certain way, but because it is yours. Practice gratitude for what your body does rather than judging how it looks. Movement practices like dance, yoga, or even mindful walking can reconnect you to the power and pleasure of being in your body. If you're in a relationship, ask your partner to participate in body-loving rituals, showering together, mutual massage, or mirror gazing. These moments of shared vulnerability foster self-acceptance and reduce the critical inner voice that fuels anxiety. When to seek professional help for sexual anxiety. Sometimes pre-sex anxiety is so deeply rooted that it doesn't shift through self-help alone. Working with a professional, like a sex coach or therapist, can provide transformative support. A trauma-informed sex coach can help you identify hidden beliefs or past experiences contributing to your anxiety, build confidence and communication skills, reclaim your body's capacity for pleasure, create personalized rituals and practices to ease intimacy. Therapy isn't just for people in crisis, it's a powerful act of self-respect and growth. If intimacy feels more like pressure than play, professional guidance can change everything. Click here to set up a free introductory call with me now and learn how we can cover your needs for more liberating, intimate experiences. Desensitizing your triggers through gentle exposure. Desensitization means gradually facing the situations that scare you in small doses with full consent and control. This is one of the most evidence-based methods for reducing anxiety. For example, if being naked causes anxiety, start by wearing a robe or lingerie you feel confident in. If initiating sex is scary, begin by initiating affection or playful touch instead. If talking about sex is triggering, journal about it first, then share a few sentences with your partner. These baby steps retrain your brain. They teach your nervous system that intimacy is safe, that vulnerability is survivable, and that pleasure is your birthright. What life looks like after you heal pre-sex anxiety. Imagine this. You feel relaxed before intimacy. You trust yourself to say yes or no. You no longer worry about how you look or whether you're doing it right. Instead, you're present. You're connected. You're able to receive and offer pleasure with openness and joy. This is the potential that emerges when pre-sex anxiety no longer runs the show. Healing anxiety doesn't mean becoming perfect. It means becoming free. Free to explore what turns you on. Free to love and be loved without fear. Free to co-create a sexual life that nourishes your whole being. You deserve a safe and fulfilling intimate life. If pre-sex anxiety is something you live with, know this: you are not broken. You are sensitive, alive, and seeking connection, and you deserve support. Overcoming this kind of anxiety is not about forcing yourself into sex you're not ready for. It's about healing the parts of you that learned to associate intimacy with fear through communication, mindfulness, body positivity, and support, whether from a partner or a professional. You can begin to experience intimacy with confidence and joy. Your intimate life can become a source of healing, not harm. It can be a space where your nervous system finally exhales. And it all starts with taking the first brave step, choosing curiosity over